the last couple of weeks. They're tough losses.
Yeah, it's tough losses, but honestly, we gotta just keep moving forward. That's just how we've been. You can't really dwell on the past. You just gotta learn to get better. Like we have this whole week, it's been about just finishing. Because that's been our big problem. That's what we need to do this week.
And kind of in that vein, you may have heard me ask him, you seem to be able to move the ball pretty well, but, 40 and in is where it tends to break down. Why is that, do you think?
Not sure exactly. It's something we're working on this week. Pretty much, we've been working on a lot this week against Maryland because it's, a big game for us. And pretty much involves the finishing. That's what we need to do.
Is it frustrating because you can move the ball, but it doesn't translate into points?
You could say it is a little bit, but again, we're working good. We're doing good, and we just gotta develop a little bit more, and we should be fine.
You guys could probably easily been 2-0 with the tough games that you guys had. What would you say is particularly the main reason for those two losses?
Yeah, we definitely could have been 2-0, but the main reasons would definitely be the finish and just the little mistakes that we had. The fumbles and the not sustaining a drive. But besides that, once we fix those things this week, which we have been really pushing on, then we should be fine.
They say success kind of breeds success. Do you think once you actually start that momentum going and you get the mindset, get that confidence, it'll be a different story?
You shouldn't get too confident. You always got to work like you're the underdog. I feel like you always got to work harder than the rest of the people. But yeah, once you get that winning going, it does feel good, and you get a little more confidence, and you start to play a little better.
What did you think when you looked up, or maybe you didn't even look up to see the scoreboard 20-6 going into the last quarter?
No, I didn't have time to look at it, but I was talking to the coach too much. But it was a good feeling because I felt that we played very well that game. It's just we got to learn to finish.
How do you think the other players on the other players, the opponents, do you see the way they react to you? I mean, are they saying, hey, we've got this as a team from the Sun Belt, we can handle them? Are they surprised or due to respect or what?
It might have been a surprise a little bit in the beginning. Well, I think because how well we played against Rutgers, Texas A&M wasn't thinking of us as the first couple opponents, but you could tell they were a little surprised, but that's just how it is usually. But we came out hard, and we definitely shocked a lot of people with the first two games. Now we just got to learn to finish them off.
Now, certainly Maryland's not going to. I mean, you do that 2 weeks in a row. Maryland knows that you.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Maryland obviously is going to be ready for us. They're not just going to think we're some nonchalant team. So they're definitely going to prepare hard for us, just like we're going to prepare hard for them.
What do you see in their defense? Up front, particularly?
Up front, they're big. They got a couple big guys, a couple little smaller but faster guys. They're good. But I feel that the way our O-line is doing, that we should be able to have a very good game.
The importance of being able to run the ball, especially in the red zone, and punching that in, is that just a state of mind and physicality? What needs to be done?
It's very important to be able to run the ball, especially with the clock. That would have been a great thing for us last week. Just runs the clock down, does a lot of things for you, and physicality, of course. Running the ball just helps you out a lot.
What do you think you've done yourself that's good? What do you think that you need to work on?
I done that's good. Probably just control the whole offensive line. That's my job as a center. I got to be able to make sure everyone's going the right way all the time. But besides that, what I got to do to make myself better, just work with my team more, pretty much. Just be able to get more comfortable with playing. I'm very comfortable playing with the O-line, but get comfortable playing with everybody, and be able to just click to where we get that 40 yards, and then we'll be able to move the ball no problem.
Are you really aware of, say, not to single out the right tackle, but if somebody at the right tackle does something wrong, do you jump on him or say anything to him, or can you even tell?
I don't like to jump on them, like yell at them, because I feel like that's not the best way for me to do it, because I am a teammate too, also. So if they if someone does something wrong, because everyone makes mistakes, I make mistakes too. If someone does something wrong, I like to help them out and tell them what to do right and how to fix it. And then so the next play we have that, they do it right.
You, kind of an off-topic question, you've seen how well your defense has played and getting after the quarterback. I mean, what does that mean for an offense when your defense is flying around like that?
It's good for an offense. It gives us less breathe, it helps us breathe a little more with the defense when they're holding the team to 6 points the whole entire 3 quarters or something like that. When they hold Rutgers to how many points they held them to, it helps out a lot. It gives you a lot of breathing room.
Does it fire you up?
Oh yeah, of course, always does. When the defense does get out there, they swarm to the ball, get tackles in the backfield, that gets everyone excited.